What if I told you that the most exciting SUV on the road today isn't German? It's not a Porsche, it's not a BMW, and it's definitely not a Mercedes. Instead, it's an Italian masterpiece with a heartbeat that roars every time you touch the throttle. Meet the Maserati Levante, the SUV that refuses to play it safe. Because here's the truth. You don't buy this SUV just to get from point A to point B. You buy it because it makes every journey feel like a story worth telling. In a market dominated by safe choices and predictable designs, the Maserati Levante stands out like a piece of fine art in a gallery of mass production. This isn't an SUV that blends into the background of suburbia. No, the Levante announces itself with style, passion, and a kind of raw character that very few modern vehicles dare to embrace. So in today's deep dive, we're going to explore exactly what makes the Maserati Levante so special. From its head-turning exterior design to its handcrafted Italian interior, from its thunderous engine options to the rivals it faces, and finally, whether this SUV is really worth your hard-earned money. Stick with me until the end, because the verdict might just surprise you. Let's start with what you notice first, the way it looks. Because if there's one thing Italians have always mastered, it's design. At the front, the Maserati Trident sits proudly at the center of a massive grille, flanked by sleek, sharp LED headlights that feel like eyes staring straight through you. The sculpted hood bulges with power, like a lion ready to pounce. Strong, muscular fenders give the Levante a stance that's aggressive but elegant. Sporty yet sophisticated. Move to the side, and the coupe-inspired roofline flows smoothly into the rear, balancing practicality with drama. It's lower and sleeker than many of its rivals, which makes it feel less like an SUV trying to be sporty, and more like a sports car that just happens to sit higher off the ground. At the back, quad exhaust tips sit beneath clean LED giving you the final reminder that this is not a family crossover, this is a Maserati. And every detail, from the alloy wheels to the subtle chrome accents, has been shaped not just for aerodynamics but for emotion. Park it next to a BMW X5 or even a Porsche Cayenne, and you'll see the difference. Those SUVs look premium. The Levante, it looks alive. Step inside, and things only get better. Maserati has never been about cookie-cutter luxury, where many brands chase screens, buttons, and digital everything. Maserati focuses on something deeper and experience hand-stitched leather wraps almost every surface. Depending on your spec, you can choose rich wood trims, carbon fiber accents, or even open-pore natural finishes that feel like something out of a high-end Italian boutique. The seats are sculpted for both comfort and excitement. They'll cradle you on long road trips and hold you tight during spirited drives. The steering wheel feels thick and perfectly weighted, with aluminum paddle shifters mounted just where you want them. Sit in the driver's seat, and the whole cabin feels centered around you. Visibility is excellent. Ergonomics are intuitive. And yet there's still a sense of theater, as if every drive is a performance, and you're the lead actor. Of course, technology is part of the package. The digital instrument cluster is sharp, configurable, and modern, while the central touchscreen runs Maserati's latest infotainment software. It's quick, clean, and supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, making it easy to stay connected. But perhaps the biggest highlight inside the Levante is the audio experience. The available Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system is nothing short of breathtaking. Turn up your favorite track, and suddenly, the cabin transforms into a concert hall. Deep bass, crystal clear highs, and a richness that makes even long drives feel unforgettable. This isn't just luxury. This is Italian craftsmanship, meeting modern technology in a way that feels soulful. Now let's talk about the real reason anyone buys a Maserati, the drive. Because while the Levante looks incredible and feels luxurious, it's the way it performs that truly sets it apart. Under the hood, you've got choices. The twin-turbocharged V6 delivers plenty of punch, with a raspy growl that's more emotional than most SUVs in this class. But if you want the full Maserati experience, you go for the twin-turbocharged V8. And trust me, this engine doesn't just move the Levante, it sings. We're talking 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, depending on the trim, top speeds that push into the 180 miles per hour range. And perhaps most importantly, a soundtrack that gives you goosebumps every time you downshift. The exhaust crackles, the revs climb, and suddenly you remember why you fell in love with cars in the first place. Power is sent through an 8-speed automatic transmission, buttery smooth in comfort mode, but razor-sharp when you switch into sport or Corsa. The all-wheel drive system is rear-biased, meaning you still get that playful, rear-driven feel when you push it hard. But with the stability and grip of AWD when the roads get tricky. Then there's the suspension. Maserati equips the Levante with adaptive air suspension, which constantly adjusts to road conditions and your driving style. On the highway, it glides like a luxury sedan. On winding roads, it hunkers down, sharpens up, and suddenly feels half its size. This is the magic of the Levante. It's an SUV that doesn't just perform well for its class. It performs well, period. It's thrilling, it's alive, and it's utterly unforgettable. Of course, in today's world, performance alone isn't enough. Technology and safety matter more than ever, and here too, the Levante doesn't disappoint. The infotainment system is intuitive, with crisp graphics and minimal lag. You'll find wireless charging, multiple USB ports, and full smartphone integration. The digital driver display is customizable, giving you everything from navigation to performance data right in your line of sight. Safety is handled with a suite of advanced driver assistance systems. Adaptive cruise control makes highway drives easier. Blind spot monitoring keeps you aware in traffic, and lane keeping assist helps prevent fatigue on long trips. A 360-degree camera system takes the stress out of and forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking adds that extra layer of confidence. The difference with Maserati, though, is that all this tech feels supportive rather than intrusive. You never feel like the car is taking over. You always feel like you're in command, and that's exactly how it should be. Now let's talk about money. Because the Maserati Levante doesn't come cheap. Prices start at around $92,000 and can climb well into six figures if you go for the V8 or load it with options. Compared to rivals like the Porsche Cayenne or BMW X5M, the Levante may not always win on paper. It might not have the biggest screen, the longest list of gadgets, or the most horsepower. But here's the thing. If you're shopping in this segment, you're not just buying numbers. You're buying an experience, and this is where the Levante shines. It's rare. It's emotional. It feels like something special every single time you drive it, and that's worth more than just stats on a spec sheet. Of course, Maserati doesn't exist in a vacuum. The competition here is fierce. The Porsche Cayenne delivers razor-sharp handling and German precision. The BMW X5M combines insane power with everyday practicality. The Mercedes-AMG LE brings brutal speed and a high-tech cabin. But here's where the Levante plays a different game. It doesn't try to out-German the Germans. Instead, it leans into what Maserati does best: passion, soul, and exclusivity. Where rivals feel like perfect machines, the Levante feels like art. And sometimes, that's exactly what buyers in this segment are looking for. So, what's the final word on the Maserati Levante? It's not the most logical choice. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most practical. And it's not the SUV you buy if you only care about the numbers. But if you care about the way a car makes you feel, if you want every drive to feel like an event, every downshift to feel like music, and every glance back at your car to spark pride, then the Levante is in a league of its own. This SUV isn't for everyone. And that's exactly the point. It's for those who see driving as more than just transportation. It's for those who want to stand out in a world of copycats. It's for those who want to own not just a vehicle, but an experience. The Maserati Levante is not perfect, but it is unforgettable. And in a world where cars are becoming increasingly predictable, that might just be its greatest strength. That might just be its greatest strength.
A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you